What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back here today to another reaction video, and today we're going to be reacting to Colin Cowherd's best duos in the NBA bubble. You guys really enjoyed me reacting to his 2020 NBA awards the other day, so I'm here today with this video. And I think Chris literally just uploaded this as well, so yeah, it's just a coincidence. Because you guys really enjoyed the 2020 awards video I did reacting to his on Saturday, so I was like, you know what, let's see what we're going to have today with him. You know, it's going to probably be some controversial stuff. I don't know, maybe he's gonna have De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield above Jamie Lloyd and TJ McCollum. Let's just get into this and we'll see what we have to say
today about how, you know, LeBron and AD are the best duo in the NBA, and I thought, you know, we look at the bubble duos, and now that we've got, you know, we've got a real set of games to look at. Who were the best duos?
I don't even know. I guess nah, we'll just go through this and then I'll critique.
But who are the best duos in the NBA this year? So let's go 10 through 1. I'm going to go Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
Or Donovan Mitchell.
So he's just doing the 10 best. Okay, so not obviously all 20. Okay. All right. Obviously I don't know who he's left off yet, so I really can't critique this at the moment.
And the reason I would say it's the best defensive duo. Gobert.
Whoa, that is some high praise. Best defensive duo? There's some other ones that maybe you can make a case for, like the Clippers duo, the Bucks duo. Yeah, I don't, okay. It's not crazy. Let's just get back to this.
There's one of the great defensive players in the league. Donovan Mitchell at Louisville was a better defensive player before an offensive star. They've played over 1,600 minutes together. That's second most of any duo in the bubble.
Doesn't make a duo better. It doesn't. Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox have probably had more minutes together than Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, but doesn't make
And they have
better.
outscored opponents when those two are on the floor by 6 a game. Probably the best
Okay. There's a good point.
defensive duo. Gobert's a wildly underrated player. If you watch the Jazz, he gives them so many advantages defensively. They can get out on the break, on the wings. I would say they're number 10. I'll go, how about Miami Heat here? Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Jimmy and Bam at 9. I'm not totally against. I think there's some people in the, like, right now that would probably prefer Bam over Gobert. Just, like, I guess off, or just position versatility. Because I guess you'd rather have Bam on offense a little bit more than what you'd rather have Gobert on defense. And then you'd probably have Jimmy Butler over Mitchell at this current moment. So I can see that.
Bam, and let's be honest, Butler's had a great year. Now, we thought he was going down there, and we thought, oh, it's Jimmy Butler. He doesn't get along with people. Career high in rebounds a game and assists a game and averaging over 9 free throws a game. Now, he's athletic, and he gets to the line, and he gets fouled. And when Bam and Butler are on the floor, a little less effective defensively, but they score 5.5 points more than their opponent. So they're number 9, and I'm shocked they're in here.
Shocked they're in? Okay.
Total offense, but
Dame and CJ at 7. I mean, they're the longest tenor duo out of these 3. And they've been, what, together since 2013, since CJ got drafted. So they've been together for a while, at least as teammates. So I want to see what he has to
Lillard
say.
and CJ McCollum. Not a ton of defense. The opposite of Utah. Damian's averaging 29 points a game. I think outside of Steph Curry, he's the best shooter in the game. So I think because Steph Curry's not here, Dame's the greatest shooter in the bubble. He's an all-time offensive threat. Really unlimited range. I could make the argument he and Steph are the only 2 guys in the league. Shoot from anywhere. CJ McCollum, similarly, very good offensive player. They're not a great defensive backcourt. In fact, they're the only duo in the top 10 that has a sub-500 record in games in which they both played. They're close to 500. Don't give you a lot in the D end, but great scorers. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Now, everybody loves these guys. Like, in talent, you'd put them 1 or 2. Here's the problem. Their net rating and offensive rating has gone down in each of their last 3 seasons together. So even though I think Simmons is a tremendous young defensive player and Embiid can man you up down low, something's not working and it's not getting better. And I think it's fairly obvious Ben Simmons needs an open lane to be totally effective, and Embiid's really good in the lane, so I don't think they work, and it's getting slightly worse every year. But in terms of talent, You could make them number one. Both physically in their prime. Unbelievable talent.
All right, let's see who 6 is.
Luca, Doncic, and Kristaps Porzingis.
Little premature, but you could say Luca has been the best player currently, right now, just based off the 2020 season out of anybody he has mentioned. So let's just, I want to see who the top 5 or the bottom 5 are fully.
7 points when these two were on the floor.
Well, I guess that technically is the bottom 5. Okay, so he's got...
Luca's unbelievable. He leads the NBA 14 triple-doubles. At 20 years old, makes no sense. He was, at 16 years old, was a star in the European League, and those are older players. So he comes in very mature, handles both ends of the floor, and Porzingis was on fire before the bubble. He was averaging 25 and 11 in his last 15 games. So he and Luca, unlike the Sixers, Luca and Porzingis played their best together in the last 15 games. Very interesting team in the bubble. Giannis and Chris Middleton.
Whoa, that's pretty low. Okay, wait. So
now it's going to be lower
let's get the
than
full
everybody
picture.
Thinks because they have a very good defensive rating.
All right, so that might be a little low. I'm trying to think who he has ahead of them. So it would be both LA duos, I'm guessing. I would disagree if Boston is in front of them. And then I'm trying to I'm guessing Russ and Harden will also be in front of them. I mean, it is hard to just compare duos because how much does that go into team success and obviously the players around them and other players just of the duo. So I would I'm trying to think if I have anything crazy just I don't know if he's going off this season or overall. If we're going off this season, I would probably have Dame and CJ at 10. So let's just keep going with this, and then I'll make my critiques at the end, I think.
Here's my concern about this. The Bucks are 9-1 without Chris Middleton this season. So this feels like one great player and a player sometimes Milwaukee is fine without and who let them down in the postseason. But you can't deny what Giannis brings to the table. Best defensive player in the league, along with Gobert in the middle anyway. And they have the highest 2+ minus stats in the NBA this year. That's confusing for our audience, but they're really good at it. Jokic and Jamal.
Oh, disagree. Oh, didn't even think of them off the top of my head. Okay, I know I said I was going to critique at the end, but I think that's a little too high. Now, I do think Jokic is a top 10 player in the NBA, but I do think Jamal Murray might be the worst player on this list so far. I would take Gobert and probably Mitchell over Murray. I would take Bam and Jimmy. Probably take McCollum over Murray. And I would probably take Kristaps over Murray. And I'm definitely taking Middleton at this current moment right now. I don't think Middleton's a bad player at all. I think I really like Jamal Murray. I'm not saying he's bad. I like Jamal Murray. I just think that is high. I think they should probably be, maybe you bump up Milwaukee to 4. For him, you bump up Dallas to 5, and then Philly to 6, and then plop them at 7. I would probably take Philly's duo over them. I think. I don't know. I would probably take Philly's duo over them. Dallas, like I said, it could be a little premature with Luca, and we haven't seen any playoff experience with them, so it is a little risky putting them up there. You have to kind of realize that they haven't done anything in the playoffs. Neither one of them has played in one ever playoff game before. So I do think Denver's a little high. I don't think they should be in front of Milwaukee. I think he underrated Chris Middleton a little bit by saying they were 9-1 without him. That is a fine case, sure. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm guessing the LA teams are 1-2. So he either left off Tatum and I guess Kemba would be their duo technically. And then he either left off them or Harden and Westbrook. I'm going to guess he left off Tatum and Walker, but let's see who the top 3 are.
Both scorers, both passers. Denver outscored opponents by 7 points per 100 possessions with Jokic and Jamal Murray on the floor. Second consecutive season as the only duo with 100+ assists to each other. My concern with Denver is they're real young. That's generally not great in the postseason. And if one of these two is off, Jamal Murray has an off night, who's my third guy? Who can I guarantee can drop me 24? Whereas the Celtics have several players can do that. I worry if Jamal Murray is off, what do I get? But a very interesting bubble team, a lot of energy, can play 9 guys, well coached, and 2 players that work really well together. I think these guys are undervalued.
Wow. So he left off Harden and Westbrook? I'm guessing he did, because I don't think he would have left off any of the LA teams. All right.
Jason Tatum and Kemba
We'll
Walker.
talk about it.
Kemba Walker's been a great pro forever, but he played in Charlotte, and nobody watches their games. It's more of a NASCAR, football, college basketball market. Tatum was torrid before the break. Jason Tatum has become a top 6 player in the NBA, was averaging...
What? That's a little excessive. Tatum was great this year. I thought he was most improved at one point of the season. I think he's phenomenal and deserves All-NBA third-team recognition. But 6th best player in the NBA, I would say you're at least having LeBron, like healthy this year. We'll say healthy this year. LeBron, Giannis, AD, Luca, Harden. That's 5. Then you have Kawhi, Russ, probably Lillard. I don't know. I just don't think 6. Maybe like this season, he's probably like a 12 to 15th best player. No, I would say maybe he could have been like 11 to 15 around there, but 6 is a little too high, Colin. A little too high.
29-9 a game since the All-Star break. So whatever it was for Jason Tatum, it popped after the All-Star break. And when these guys are on the floor together, the Celtics outscored people by almost 11.5 points per 100 possessions. And what I like about Boston, even if one of them struggles, I get some Gordon Hayward, I get some...
But these are the duos. I don't get why he's talking about other players. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Jaylen Brown. No other team in the league has 4 guys that could drop 23, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I think Kemba Walker, this has been such a great bunch of winners, a winning coach, a winning culture, a very good player who had to get a better fit, and Boston's been great for him. Kawhi and Paul George, excellent defensive players. 2 of the top 5, maybe 2 of the top 3.
All right, I kind of want to get to, obviously, number 1 is going to be, is it LeBron and AD?
Come on.
Okay, so he left off Harden and Westbrook, which I would probably have them above the Utah duo, maybe the Miami duo, definitely the Portland duo, probably over the Denver duo, because if we're going off like pure talent of these 2 players, because that's kind of what he's been doing, because some of these guys really like aren't as better together than they've been with other players. So I think it's more like these 2 guys in skill, but he's going, I guess, off how they are with their plus minus on the floor. But I would just rather have Russ and Harden over Jokic and Murray. I think those 2 players are Harden's top 7, and then you have Russ, who's top 15 this year, top 20 overall, and then you have Jokic, who's top 10, yes, but Jamal Murray probably doesn't crack top 25 overall. I think I'd rather have them over the Portland duo, like I said. I'd rather have them over the Utah duo. I'd rather have them over the Miami duo. You can maybe even have a case to have them over the Boston duos. So, I don't know. I think that's a little crazy to leave Houston off this list, having Milwaukee that low, and then Denver that high. I think those are my gripes with his list. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments below. But yeah, I just think he snubbed Houston a lot here. And let me know if there was another duo that maybe I just didn't think of. Like, I guess Indiana doesn't really have to be here, or like Orlando. Maybe Toronto, you can have the Lowry Siakam. You can maybe have a case for them, just as well as you could have a case for, I don't know, Utah or Portland for, say, I don't know. But yeah, you can let me know in the comments maybe what you disagree with what I said or disagree with what Colin said. But yeah, drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments anything else you want me to react to. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.